Alright, Kyrie Irving finally got traded. Shams just broke the news that Kyrie Irving is being traded from the Brooklyn Nets to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie, and a 2029 first round pick that will be unprotected. There's also some second round picks in there going as well to Brooklyn, and yeah, we finally got the Kyrie news, so we're going to dissect everything in this trade offer. Wow, though. This has been the biggest NBA trade we have seen in a while. Well, I guess since Donovan Mitchell back in the summer. But yeah, I kind of gave my list of teams that I thought would go out and trade for Kyrie. The Mavericks were on that list. They were one of the 4 teams that I thought would be making a deal or an offer at least for Kyrie, which included the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Heat. I didn't really think the Suns were going to get involved, but they were reported as well. And yeah, the Mavericks, I mentioned, they're a desperate team trying to get a second star around Luka Doncic. They tried doing that a few years ago with Kristaps Porzingis. He didn't work out. They ended up trading him for Davis Bertans and Spencer Dinwiddie last year's trade deadline. And then they end up flipping Dinwiddie with Dorian Finney-Smith and some other things for Kyrie at this year's trade deadline. So we'll talk about this for the Maverick side of things first. You get Kyrie Irving, who's a free agent at the end of the year, and he's had his off-the-court issues, man. He requested a trade out of Cleveland, goes to Boston, said he was going to re-sign in Boston. He does not. Then he ends up signing with the Brooklyn Nets. He played his first full year there while Kevin Durant was hurt, and then COVID hit, and then he didn't get vaccinated, so he couldn't play in home games. There was a trade request as well last offseason because he wasn't going, or he was going to opt out of the player option or try to do a sign and trade, but then he says he's going to play this year. The Nets look like a championship contending team, and then KD gets hurt. Man, it's been a saga. He requested trade last week, and then yeah, he gets traded to the Dallas Mavericks, which is a huge risk for all the reasons I just mentioned. Kyrie Irving, man, but you only have him for a few months under contract. As long as he just plays out his contract to his fullest ability, it's an expensive rental. It is, because you just gave up 2 of your huge complementary pieces around Luka. Dinwiddie, you're not losing too much sleep over because Kyrie's an upgrade over what Dinwiddie was giving you in a similar style. And you do lose Dorian Finney-Smith, which is one of your best defenders. You could say he is your best defender. And you're trading a 2029 first round pick for somebody that's in 8th grade right now. Yeah, like I said, giving up Dinwiddie doesn't really hurt too much because you're getting Kyrie, who's that style of play, but just on another level. You're giving up Dorian Finney-Smith, which hurts. So, you're going to have to find some defense elsewhere. Not sure where that's going to be on the trade market. And you're giving up your 2029 first. You can only trade one more first-round pick, I believe, and that's in 2027 because they traded, or right now, their 2023 first-round pick is going to the New York Knicks, but it's top 10 protected. And there's a chance that they could be in the top 10 still. So at this deadline, they can't trade their 2025 first because if at the end of the year they do fall into a top 10 team, they do fall into a top 10 team, that 2024 first goes to the Knicks and the Mavericks get their 2023 first, which means they couldn't trade their 2025 first. So right now, they were only able to move 2027 and 2029. I'm interested to see why they chose 2029 over 2027, but they did it anyway. Maybe that's what Brooklyn wanted, and I'm kind of shocked at the value that the Brooklyn Nets got in return for Kyrie. I didn't think it was going to net a first-round pick and 2 good players. Not like any superstars. You're not getting any top 30 guys, top 50 guys maybe even in return. But Dinwiddie, Finney-Smith, definitely 2 top 75 guys in the league. Dinwiddie's been very consistent this year for what you need him to be. When Luka was out, I actually just saw him live in Utah last Friday, or 2 Fridays ago, when Luka was hurt, when he got hurt against the Suns. Dinwiddie dropped 30 plus. The dude can get his own shot. He's going to be a good player around Kevin Durant. So is Dorian Finney-Smith. The Nets were looking to upgrade some defense there. Now, if you're getting a healthy 100% Kyrie Irving, this Mavericks team, I think, got better. I do. I still think they need to add some defense at the deadline, though, because losing Dorian Finney-Smith is going to hurt. And speaking of DFS, that is funny. There was a report from Shams like 2 weeks ago saying that the Mavericks would be open to trading Dorian Finney-Smith, but for a star player. Everyone's like, what? Yeah, like, I would trade Tony Bradley for Michael Jordan if I could. Like, duh. But they ended up using Dorian Finney-Smith in a trade that got them a star. Kyrie Irving is a star. He's not a superstar, but he's a star. He's an all-star starter as well. So, yeah, I guess he's just going to remain as in the... I feel like... I don't know, though. This is going to be interesting. Like, does Kyrie Irving just take Steph Curry's backcourt spot in the All-Star game for the starters? And then do they just, like, elevate Jaylen Brown up to that? Or they just keep him there and then they elevate John Morant up to that? Or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? I don't know. That is a possibility. We'll see. Yeah, I'm kind of confused. So are they adding an Eastern All-Star or West? This could be a whole video itself because Kyrie Irving can go to the West, and then does like Siakam make the All-Star game, or is it, I don't know, is it going to be Anthony Edwards or Fox? So, okay, but let's get back into this trade. You would say that the Mavericks, like the Western Conference is wide open, so the Mavericks have got to be still a top 4 team that you think could win the Western Conference. Like, it's Denver, it's Memphis. With the Steph injury, boy oh boy, is it not looking good for Golden State. I would say it's Dallas. And then probably, I think I would still give it to the Clippers over, like, the Kings or the Pelicans, or I guess the Suns. Yeah, like, the Mavericks have a good shot at winning the Western Conference. They were in the conference finals last year. You add Kyrie Irving. I'm a little scared on how him and Luka Doncic are going to work in that backcourt. There's only one ball. They both like their the balls in their hand. Maybe, I said that in a sus way, but maybe Kyrie's cool with Luka doing the show. I mean, he kind of had that with Kevin Durant. We'll see though. I do like this trade for Dallas in the short term. Long term, it's a little scary because would I commit $200 million to Kyrie? Probably not. Probably not. But hey, maybe Luka's on board. We just got a top 30 guy in the league. They'll be happy. As for Brooklyn, I would be pretty happy with this return. Would I rather have just not traded Kyrie and see if you could still win a championship with him and a healthy KD? Probably. Because this, you're basically not punting on winning it all this year, because I think that would have been trading Kyrie for Russ. You got Dinwiddie and Finney-Smith, which are, like, they're going to help your team right now. Like, you have Simmons and Dinwiddie and Finney-Smith and Royce O'Neal and Joe Harris and Seth Curry and Nick Claxton around Kevin Durant. That's good. I think you're going to be a top 6 seed in the East if KD does come back soon. I don't think you're going to be in the play-in tournament bad. You still don't have most of your first-round picks for the future. Does this bring up the idea of trading Kevin Durant? Because most of their first-round picks are going to Brooklyn from the James Harden deal. So are they like, all right, we can still win around Kevin Durant. We have a great rim protector in Nick Claxton. We have a versatile defender in between him and KD and Dorian Finney-Smith. We have Spencer Dinwiddie, who could be a secondary shot creator. Are we just missing, like, one more piece? Are we missing, like, a Bradley Beal at the shooting guard spot, and we can trade Simmons and that Mavericks first and something else? I don't know. Now, Simmons has tanked his value, so that would definitely not be happening. Nobody wants Ben Simmons at the moment, unless the Nets are probably giving up multiple assets to get off of him. So, Brooklyn, I think we're going to have to wait and see over the next week until Thursday's trade deadline. Will Kevin Durant get traded? I'm sure now after this deal has been made, Phoenix is calling Brooklyn. Maybe there's a third team involved in that as well, where they're sending Mikal Bridges and Aiden to Brooklyn. Aiden goes maybe somewhere else. Maybe the OKC Thunder, the New Orleans Pelicans. Doubt the Memphis Grizzlies. Maybe the Golden State Warriors with Curry hurt are calling up Brooklyn and trying to get this deal done to get Kevin Durant if he is on the market. Now, that is going to be a whole talking point. I think the Mavericks have definitely solidified themselves. Probably is the third best team in the West. I'm still taking Denver, a healthy Denver and a healthy Memphis over them. I'll take them right now over Golden State and Phoenix and Sacramento. Even though I love Sacramento, they might just not be ready yet. We'll see if they make a move by Thursday's deadline. But Sacramento's still a really good team. I still think it's Denver and Memphis. Memphis is my pick right now to come out of the West. And then it's probably Dallas, Sacramento, and LA for the Clippers, trying to figure out that third spot for the remainder of the year. I think Brooklyn, now moving off from Kyrie, you're definitely behind Boston, you're behind Milwaukee, you're behind Philly, and then you're probably teetering being behind Miami and Cleveland. So, yeah, they're probably going to finish around the 6th seed. I think Dallas will finish around the 4th seed. I guess this is all right as a Knicks fan. They have the Knicks have the Mavericks first-round pick. I was hoping it would end up at, like, pick 12, and, like, the Mavericks just missed the playoffs, but it just goes to the Knicks. But either way, yeah, I think Dallas will now have a good chance to win it all. Like I said, it's a wait and see on how Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving are going to be able to play together, and will they get an extension done? It's a big risk. Mark Cuban will take these risks. He's the best player they put around Luka Doncic, 100%. KP was never that guy, and yeah, we'll see how long, or we'll see how far it could take them down the line. So let me know what you guys think of this trade, just to kind of say the logistics of it again. Kyrie Irving is going from the Brooklyn Nets to the Dallas Mavericks. You have Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie, a 2029 first-round pick, and multiple second-round picks going from Dallas to Brooklyn. Those second-round picks are in 2027 and 2029, and Markieff Morris is going from Brooklyn to Dallas. Not really sure if that will change anything, but he is just another player going back to Dallas. I'm not sure if that was to make the money work, or Dallas really saw some value in Markieff Morris, maybe as an enforcer defender for the playoffs. I don't really know. We'll see. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think of the trade down below. Let me know who you think won. Catch you on the next one. Peace.